magnetism in the way that you own your spiritual abilities. Let's have a conversation around magnetism in conjunction with you owning who you are and what it is that you're here to do. This is like this, let's just fuck around and find out vibe. So I want to have this conversation with you. And as I'm going through this, make sure that you comment below, that you tell me. I just came in. I just noticed my ear is so red. It's so hot out. So as I am going through this, comment below, tell me how this is resonating. Tell me where it's like, ooh, I had an aha moment, or ooh, maybe I'm not actually doing this, or ooh, I need to step into and embody this even more. This has been such a fun conversation to be able to have with you guys. If you haven't checked out the Magnetism series, I did. Let me pull up my notes. I am doing a whole series. I've got the second one tomorrow. I meant to do the one yesterday, but I'm actually going to talk. I meant to do this yesterday. I'm actually going to talk to you about that too. But it was magnetism in your mission as a healer, magnetism in the services and the offers that you create in your healing business. That one, I mean, they're both fucking fire. In the first one, we talked about how the energy of detachment is magnetism. It puts you into your feminine energy, into the feminine flow. And I talk about how we were able to have over 100 healers come into a container in just 6 days through the energy of detachment and through this magnetism piece. And then in the services and your offers in this magnetism and taking the 5D and bringing it into the 3D reality so you can get it out. I walk you through step by step on how you can do this. And then we also have the magnetic healer bundle that is available through September 1st. Just DM me magnetic, I will send it to you, which includes magnetic offer creation and also magnetic AF content workshop, where literally is a 4-week journey where I take you from the scattered ideas or from like thoughts of what would be cool, and we bring it into alignment, and so you can get it out into the world from start to finish. By the end of 4 weeks, you will have an offer or a program that is aligned AF with pricing and also content to be able to get out into the world. So fucking good. So DM me magnetic, that is 22% off through the 1st only. Okay, so today I want to talk about, so those are the first 2 topics. Today we're going to talk about magnetism in your spiritual abilities. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about magnetism in your soul codes. I don't even want to go there yet. Okay, let me pull up my notes because I want to stay on topic because, hello, Manny Jen will just pop around everywhere. So let's talk about owning your spiritual abilities in an untamed energy. You've probably seen me talking about this a lot. Being in an untamed energy, being in a rising phoenix energy, owning it, that main character energy. Like, what does this actually mean? Because I know, like, as healers, sometimes it's like, well, I'm quote supposed to show up softer, or I'm supposed to show up as XYZ, and conditioning and societal beliefs has you thinking that there is a specific way for you to show up, when in reality, the way that you show up is magnetism, that is magnetizing those people that are meant to be in your world. And when we talk about being untamed, so this is the encompassing energy of main character energy, of owning it, of that soul essence of who the F you are. Not like me, not like, anybody else that you see on the interwebs, not like your friends, not like the people in your circle, not like anybody else, but like you. That is the untamed energy. This is like, I'm going to talk the way I want to talk. I'm going to dress the way I want to dress. I'm going to listen to the music I want to listen to. I'm going to drive what I want to drive. I'm going to dream up as big as I want to dream and go after my mission with my soul on fucking fire, because I know I'm here for something greater. And that is the untamed energy. So when I talk about untamed, that's exactly where that came from. And if you go to the Untamed Healer podcast, listen to the trailer to hear the energy. It's like 3 minutes. So do yourself a favor and just let yourself sink into that energy. Like, the Untamed Healer, we're having the conversations that no one else is talking about. We're having the conversations that people are like hush hush about. We're doing the things outside of the norm. We're making noise. We are not afraid to speak up and be who we are. And if you are afraid, cool, you're in the right place. You are in the perfect place if you are afraid to be seen, heard, known as a healer and fucking own your spiritual abilities. And so that's what it means to be untamed. That is the energy. Can you see that energy for you? Literally, it's the essence of who you are. Oh my gosh, I have to share this with you. I was looking at my time hop on Facebook. It was a couple days ago, I think. So you guys may or may not know, I have been an entrepreneur pretty much my entire adult life, doing various different things. I've been in a couple different network marketing companies, both of which I really enjoyed. And one specifically was really during the time when lives were becoming like really popular and a thing. But I used to use my Facebook account for all things business then, and a like page. And I was scrolling my time hop, just like looking at pictures of my kids that I had posted, or like kind of seeing, I think it's so fun to go and see like the growth that I've had, which is so cool. And I got to a live and I listened to it. The way my voice has changed. And I was like, oh my gosh, like it used to make me cringe seeing how it was that I was doing lives before. And then like after the healing that I've done, I'm like, holy shit. That version of me is so fucking proud of the version of me I am. And I am so grateful for the younger version of me showing up even when it was hard, showing up even when I was trying to be something that I thought everybody wanted me to be. It wasn't that I was pretending to be someone I wasn't. It was that I was not in this untamed energy. I was not in my own energy. I was showing up. I just wanted to be fucking liked. I just wanted people to like me. I didn't want to be judged. And so I showed up soft. And I guess that's the best way to put it, soft. Like I'm not really sure how to put it into words and how I was showing up, but it was me, but it wasn't. And stripping away all of those layers truly put me into the essence of who I am. And that's what I love. Like even, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago in my stories, I shared Christiane's audios from one of our Rising Phoenix calls that she gave me permission to share. And hearing her voice, like even now it's so wild, like the way her voice had even changed through the Rising Phoenix. She didn't even sound like the same person. She was her. She was just at the essence. She is at the essence of who she is. That remembrance and her power. And it was so cool to hear that. And for us, like every time I post that, which I don't do it very often, but when I do, we always have a conversation around it. She's like, you always share at the perfect time that I need to hear it. And I'm like, yeah, like remember, like you've got to remember how far you've come. And sometimes it can be tough to see that, right? So anyway, I'm getting off track here, but like zoom out, see how far you've come. When was the last time that you've done that? And so yeah, for full circle moment to actually see that growth and the energy of which that I've stepped into. And I'm willing to bet that you've gotten glimmers of that untamed energy yourself, that own it energy you. And I want to ask you some questions. These are going to be some damn good journaling prompts and some reflective questions that you can do so that you can shift. And what I want you to do, I have 1, 2, 3. Yes, I have 3 questions that I'm going to give you for you to journal on and reflect on. And you can also slide into my DMs, comment on the post, like let me know and share with me what it is that came up around these, because this is so powerful and potent for you to be able to tap into and also to come back to literally anytime. So save this and come back to it literally anytime, because this is the evolution of your growth. This is the essence of what happens when you go on this journey. As you know, like it's not always like spiritual awakening where we're like, buckle up, bitches, let's go. And it's like this wooden roller coaster where you're like janky and like being thrown around. You're like, is this where I die? But it gets easier and easier over time. And as you grow, there are different things that come up that require you to step into that next level of where it is that you desire to go. I've been doing a lot of this deeply, even deeper than I think I've done it in a long time since we moved to Texas, but especially in the last probably like maybe 3.5 months or so. So it's a lot of fun to tap back into this work at even deeper level. Okay, so where are you? Okay, as far as your spiritual abilities go, let me ask you this first. What are your spiritual abilities? Have you actually claimed them? Do you actually know what they are? What clairs are activated? What gifts do you have? Do you read tarot or Reiki? Are you an energy worker, Reiki, alchemy, or just playing with the energy, period? Do you read energy? Are you psychic? Are you medium? Do you do crystal healing, emotion code, Akashic records? Like just, they're all like popping in. Those are the ones that are coming to me right now. Like, do you have, like, what are the gifts that you have? And then what are your soul's codes? I don't want to get too much into this because I'm going to talk about this tomorrow. I'm so excited. So I'm going to talk about this tomorrow, but what are your soul's codes? What is it that you know without a shadow of a doubt helps you manifest? What is it that without a shadow of a doubt are the things that move you forward? Like, this is my zone of genius. This is my gift. And also, as it pertains to soul codes, like, what are the gifts that are unique to your soul? What are the gifts that are unique to your soul? And everyone has something a little bit different. So I feel like Reiki is a gateway. Maybe you have your own style of Reiki. I know it blew my mind when I started channeling quantum illumination Reiki. I was like, what? Really? Okay, this is happening. And if you're not on the wait list, DM me wait list, because we'll be launching once the trademark goes through and I get some other things in place. So your soul codes, like, okay, let me give you an example. Yes, maybe you're channeling your own Reiki healing. So I have a client who also channels her own energy style, but it's like through colors, and then like the energy or the colors will go into like a bubble or something, and she's able to like put it in. It's so incredible. I have healers who are innately amazing at channeling specific kind of meditations that take you off this fucking planet. It is wild. So those are a couple different examples. For me, this looks like neutralizer and activator. So the neutralizer, by being in someone's energy, I naturally am neutralizing their fears, is the specific one. Naturally neutralizing fears. One of my clients in the first round of the Rising Phoenix sent me this image of a dragon with the flames blowing, like flames coming out of its mouth, and like I don't remember off the top of my head if it's like a goddess or a princess or something like that, and she was like going like this, blocking it. And she's like, this is what it is that you're doing, where it's like the neutralizing, like we're coming with the flames of the fear and you're completely neutralizing it and that fear is gone. And so what are those soul codes for you? Oh, and then the other one is an activator. So naturally activating your gifts through my energy. The first time that this showed up, and these will show up, you've probably gotten glimpses of what your soul codes are throughout the years. And once you sit back and reflect on what they are, I think you'll be mind blown. I'm going to have a whole conversation about this tomorrow on tomorrow's live, but activator is one that I didn't realize I was doing until until I realized I was doing it. And I remember so clearly a mentor that I had several years ago, we got on a call and just to see if it was like a good match for mentorship together. And she had all these things channel through. And I was like, holy shit. And she was like, at the end of this call, she's like, I've never channeled anything so fast before. Never. And so it was really cool to see, like, witness it so vividly in someone that was also a healer through my perspective, and then zoom out and be like, ooh, where else have I done this as well? And it was like just something that had come up multiple times. And so that was like, okay, yeah, that is one of my gifts. So what is it that you've noticed over the years that are unique to you? And then okay, so now that you know all of that, so your next question is, where are you not truly owning it? Where are you not truly owning it? That those soul codes, those spiritual abilities and gifts, where is it that you're teetering in and out of the broom closet, as I like to call it, or the healer closet? Where are you not owning your witchiness and your magic? And maybe you enjoy doing spells and maybe candle magic or something like that. I love to do candle magic and also rituals and spells. Hey, how's it going? Oh, now I'm getting notifications. So what are the, where is it that you are not truly owning it, not truly owning your soul's codes? And take a bird's eye perspective. Something I said inside of the evolution membership, we were talking about the energetics of the evolution of you, is what I was doing a training on today inside of our membership. And one thing I said was, I want you to, normally I talk about getting on your dragon and zooming out, but I was like, no, we've evolved. We're jumping on the phoenix. Like, we're magical bitches. Like, get on your phoenix and let's zoom out. I want you to be the gentle observer. I don't want you to look at like, oh my gosh, I'm not owning it in this place, and oh man, I really messed this up, blah, blah, blah. No, we're not doing that. I want you to be the gentle observer and just look at it from an outsider perspective and an interest perspective, like in a sense of curiosity. And the same thing, like if you love the visualization aspect too, you can imagine that you're hopping on a phoenix and you are getting on that phoenix, you're taking flight, and you're turning around and looking at your life from a bird's eye view, from a phoenix eye view, and you are looking at, okay, let me get curious. Where is it that I'm not truly owning it? Where is it that I am not moving at the speed of which I want to move? Where is it that I am hiding my gifts and abilities? Where is it that I've had an opportunity to share my ability, but I didn't? Or I chose not to say anything out of like fear. It's not like I'm going up to people and be like, hi, my name is Kristen Jones, and I perform rituals and I help healers step into their power so that they can get their spiritual abilities out into the world, and so we can link arms and raise the frequency of this planet. Oh, and P.S. I've also channeled a style of Reiki that is like the newest style of Reiki, and it's a high frequency. Like, people that are not like available for those kinds of conversations would look at you like, what the fuck? And I'm okay with that. But if people ask what I do say it in a way that someone could understand and it would make sense, right? And then if they're like, tell me more, then I'll tell them more. Otherwise, I'm like, I'm not hiding who I am. Where is it that you are hiding who you are? And this is also like the essence of you too. Where is it that you're hiding the essence of who you are? Like, the kind of music you like, the way you want to talk, the way you want to dress, the way you want to live your life. Man, the amount of times I say this, probably any chance I get, the way that I had, look, I'm classy, but I cuss a lot. I can't help it. Fuck is one of my favorite words. If that's not something you like, then I'm probably not the person for you, and that's okay. And also, I tame it down wherever I need to, but I'm not going to block from what I'm saying just to make somebody else happy. I used to, though, because I was so afraid to ruffle feathers, afraid of what other people might say. Like, you've got a mouth on you. The amount of times I've heard that, now I'm like, I really don't care what you think about me. Also, this one is so stupid, but the music I like, I am a rocker. I love like all kinds of music. Like I think that's most of humanity. We've got a playlist that's like, wow. But also my main choice of music is rock. You will find me at rock concerts and I'm not in the mosh pits, but I'm just like, I am jumping around. I'm dancing. I'm singing. I'm not the person just standing there. I love that shit. And I know that not everyone in the spiritual community will agree that that's okay. And I don't care. What is it that you like? What is it that lights you up? And where are you not owning that? The more that I've owned my quirks, the things I like, the things I don't like, what I'm aligned to, what I'm not aligned to, the more I've magnetized who it is that is meant to be in my world, and I'm meant to be in their world too. From people in my personal life to people in my professional life, my business life, from clients to healers and coaches that I hire as well, and everything in between. It's all magnetism. And it all starts here and here. Because you're a high vibrating soul having a human experience, you cannot bypass the subconscious mind. So we've got to incorporate that. That's why I love the grounded spiritual approach. I will die on this hill. I will die on it. The grounded spiritual approach, integrating spirituality and the human experience so that you can collapse time on your healing across the lines of time. It's amazing. Okay, so where is it that you're letting imposter syndrome slow you down? Imposter syndrome is, I have a whole masterclass on this. So if you want that, just DM me imposter syndrome, imposter syndrome, and I'll send that information your way. But there are ways that this shows up in your life, in personal and business. But in business, this looks like, or I guess this is personal too, but like, will anybody actually believe that I can do this thing? Who am I to do XYZ? Who am I to do Reiki, energy work, channel this new healing modality, write this book, launch this podcast? Who am I to be known for who I am and what it is that I do and the mission that I'm on to support humanity and raising the frequency of this planet? Like, am I too old? Am I too young? Like, that's imposter syndrome. Okay. Where are you letting those things slow you down? Where is it that you're letting them slow you down? And I'm going to tell you how you can move at this too. And where are you letting what others may think or say rule your life? Woo, that was a tongue twister. Where are you saying what? Oh, geez. Mercury retrograde has ended. We're still in that shadow. We're getting there. Where are you letting what others may think or say rule your life? I've got my notes pulled up so I can try to stay on track and also try to speak properly too, apparently. So yeah, where is it that you're letting the opinions of others rule the way that you live your life and how you do your business? What will Sally down the street say if I launch this? What will Stephanie from 3rd grade say when I launch this business, when I say that I'm a healer or a witch or whatever, like, or a starseed or a light worker? Like, what will, I don't know, so-and-so say? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But on a soul level, it feels like it fucking does. And on a mind level, it also feels like it does until you clear that, which is exactly why I love the grounded spiritual approach, because you're clearing both. And to move through this, I just want to give you like a tip around this that's tangible. So I want you to journal on all of those. And I'm going to put this like on my feed so you can watch it again. I'm also going to pop it onto my podcast because I just feel like sometimes it's easier to listen on the go than it is to watch, and that's totally cool. So where is it that you're not truly owning it? Where are you letting imposter syndrome slow you down? And where are you letting what others think or say rule your life? When that fear comes up, I want you to, yes, notice it. I want you to know what it's actually about. Like, I feel like that's pretty useful. You don't have to stop every single time something scary comes up and be like, oh, I wonder what this is about. But I want you to actually acknowledge it. Like, let's have some emotional intelligence and acknowledge that emotion. And then I want you to just go fuck it up. Just go do it. Do it afraid. Do it uncomfortable. like it's going to sit and build in your body the more that you ignore it, the more that you let others live your life for you. And what happens on an unconscious level or the subconscious, so unconscious, subconscious, and mind. When I say those three things, they all mean the same thing, that inner mind. What happens on a subconscious level, so 95% of what you do on a day-to-day basis is controlled by the subconscious mind. This is humanity. This is literally everyone. And then, as healers, we are, most of us, I dare to say, believe in past lives, right? And our soul connection. And so we've got this past life stuff that we're bringing into this life too. So how do we heal that? Well, you can heal that through the human experience because you're not separate from your soul self. You're one with your soul self. What you heal now clears across the lines of time. Okay, so standing in the subconscious mind. When there's a fear that comes up for you, or an imposter syndrome is coming up for you, or when you're truly not owning it and you're just going in avoidance, what subconscious is thinking, what mind is thinking is that she's avoiding it or she's not going towards it, so it's a threat. So alert, alert, alert. Let me flood her mind with unhelpful thoughts. Let me flood her body with emotions to get her to do something or not do something, fight, flight, freeze. This shows up as anxiety. This shows up as frustration, anger, overwhelm, all of these emotions that it's like, I don't want to do that because I'm freaking the fuck out, because mind has seen that there's an avoidance, so it's unsafe. Your subconscious mind doesn't give a shit about you thriving. It wants you not dead. And so its primary objective is to keep you alive. So anything that it deems as a threat, it will send those sensations to your body to protect you. It doesn't feel like it's protecting you. It feels like you're gonna fucking die. But it's trying to keep you alive. Now, in 2024, this is not always super useful because this mechanism is here to keep you alive, which is useful as cave people, or when you're running from a saber-toothed tiger or something like that, or when you're an actual threat, like if a lion was chasing you. But when you're going live, or when you're writing the book, or when you're channeling the new energy healing, or when you are getting out, like you're flying out of the healer closet on your broomstick, like here the F I am, if mind sees that as a threat, it will always do anything to keep you safe. But in 2024, you're not going to get burned at the stake. Like, you're just not. We're the granddaughters of the witches that you cannot burn, that they couldn't burn. So go towards it. And once you go towards it, what's happening on a subconscious level is now your mind is seeing it's no longer a threat. So if it's no longer a threat, then what's going to happen is mind will see, okay, it's going to stop throwing the red flags. It's going to stop flooding emotions to the body or sensations to the body to get you to do something. So now you'll feel calmer. Now, when you go do this the first time or whatever it is, it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel like maybe you are fumbling all over your words, you're sweating, maybe your heart's racing, like all of these uncomfortable sensations. Maybe you'll have to go change your shirt. Sometimes I have to do that just because I'm picking up the energy of others, depending on like who's doing what and where and what I'm on and how many people are on. Like I'm picking up the energy of others and I'll sweat through my shirt. Not because I'm nervous, it's just because I'm picking up the energies. But there was definitely some times when I was sweating through my shirt because I thought I was going to die. But this is just not going to happen anymore once you start moving towards it. So once you move towards it, I want you to look back and be like, oh, I did it and I didn't die. And I'm still alive, and that might have been very uncomfortable, but I did it. And really reflect on the wins of that and showing subconscious mind and your soul that it was safe. It's safe for you to be seen, heard, and known, and own your spiritual abilities. And when you're doing this, when you are writing the book, launching the podcast, creating the TikTok account, getting out of the healer closet and sharing your abilities. When you're doing this, this is that magnetism piece. This is you owning your spiritual gifts and abilities. This is that untamed energy. It's like I said at the beginning, let me just fuck around and find out. And this is not have you ever seen that video that's like a teacher or something? I don't know if it's teacher or military person. And they're like, he's like on the whiteboard and he's like, see, when you fuck around, you find out. And it's like an L shape. It's not that, though that's funny. This is one of my favorite quotes, and I started integrating it in the past few months. Like, fuck it, let's just see what happens. Let's just fuck around and find out. Like, let's just fuck around and find out if, like, what happens when you go after your soul's mission with your heart on fire, and you're like you're just like, I'm just gonna go do it. Let's just see what happens. Like, fuck around and find out. I love this saying. So just go after it. Like, your soul's on fire. That is not your soul. Like, your heart is on fire. Like, you're just like, you can feel it, that urge. Like, when you go after it, when you're going after what excites you, what lights you up, what you have that urge to do, you get the intuitive nudge, the idea comes in, you're like, let me go do this, or let me follow this, or, ooh, this doesn't make sense, but let me try it. Let me see what happens. That is magnetism. That is you owning it. That is magnetism in your abilities, and that trusting of yourself. That's also building trust. And that's what happens when you start to step into that energy, that magnetism, that untamed energy, is that the fears that once controlled your life no longer control you. They might come in because you're human, and it's just like, that's not true. But you have the tools to be like, what was that about? Or what is that trying to tell me? Because maybe there's a next level you're going to. I said to my mentor today, I feel like I need to change I have my phone right here. Duh. I'm like looking at my case. I need to change my ringtone on my text, although my phone's always on silent, but to the Mario power up. I'm like, every time we level up, I feel like we should get like a Mario. I'm not even going to try to attempt that sound, but you know what sound I'm talking about, right? Where it's like, you just see Mario just like jumping. Okay, I'm done. But literally, like, when you step into that energy, the fear cannot control you. You level up every single time. You step more and more into the soul essence of you. When you clear those lower frequencies of fear, guilt, shame, resentment, when you clear those, anger is another one, then you have more access to your gifts, your abilities, your confidence, clarity, creativity, logic, intuition, the knowingness of who you are and what it is that you're here to do. You have that creativity to know what it is that you want to get out into the world. I know I've talked about podcasts and writing a book, so I guess somebody needs to hear that, but like, you have the creativity to know what you want to post each day. What do you want to talk about each day? What do you want to go live about? Like, to know how to create your programs. Like, you have that creativity within you. Your abilities and your soul's codes amplify, or they activate even more. But the best part about this is the joy that comes, like, true. This is so cliche and it makes me roll my eyes. It literally does. But something I've really stepped into recently is that this joy in the journey, and not just like the fluffy, stupid Pinterest quotes, like, find the joy in the journey. The joy is not at the destination. No, like, claim that shit and bring it into now. Like, we spend so much time looking in the rearview mirror. I think I talked about this in the first one. You can listen to it, the first of the Magnetism series, where I was talking about looking in the rearview mirror instead of looking through the windshield. It's like we spend so much time being controlled from subconscious, because that's humanity, right? Or looking at how things had been versus looking into the windshield. And then sometimes too, especially us as healers and dreamers and visionaries, like, and manifestors, we're like looking into the future and manifesting our reality and collapsing time. Like, holy shit, that's so cool. And it's not here. Like you're not going back. You're just not. It's not even possible. And what you want is over here, but it's not about the thing that you get. It's about the feeling. Because when you think about what it is that you're manifesting, it's that feeling that you're after. Oh, I can feel this in my heart. It is the feeling that you're after. And when you feel that now, you get to have that now. And then it's just cherry on top energy when you get that goal. Like this is what happened with our 104, like the magnetism energy of the 104 and 6 days of 104 healers inside our Heal Your Inner Child experience. It was the journey. Of course, I celebrated the fuck out of everybody. And it was so cool to be like, oh shit. Like I said, 100 and we got 104. Like, I was just like, cool, detach. I was like, it would be so cool to have 100 people in this. And then I was like, what? We did it. And of course, like there was celebration in that, but the journey was so exciting and fun and it was eye-opening. It was magnetic. And so where is it that you can be more in the joy now? Where is it that you can be like enjoy the journey now? Where is it that you can get curious about the frustrations that come up or the bumps in the road? I have notes on that I wanted to remember to share with you was like this untamed energy, because sometimes like it's like, okay, well I'm living a human experience and sometimes things just they don't go the way I want them to go. And it's like, like we know like bumps in the roads or redirections, it's always for a reason, right? And then sometimes there's just frustration. So this happened this morning and I want to share with you one other thing that happened earlier this week before we hop off. So this morning, my son had a doctor's appointment across the city. We live in San Antonio. City. It's a city. And it was in the morning, but I tried to schedule his appointment where it's not like super early, so we're hitting rush hour traffic, but the truth is it's a city. It's just busy. And it's on the other side. And so we left an hour early. It's only like 30 miles from here, but we left an hour early. It's always been plenty of time. And when I got in the vehicle, it was actually not enough time. I didn't know there was this is so funny. I'm saying this out loud for the first time, like in this energy, and it's so funny. So there was a detour on the normal path that we go because the synchronicity of this is so funny. That's why I'm laughing. So there was a detour on the road on the way that we normally would go. There was extra construction and the traffic was really backed up. This is so funny. I'm just like seeing how this is all landing. You guys are like witnessing this first. So my Google Maps took me 15 fucking minutes to leave my area. Look, all you have to do is turn left or right and then go down the street and get on the freaking interstate. It's not that far. But it took me in like a little loop and then it brought me back and then I had to go get on the highway and I was like, what the fuck? And I was so frustrated at first. And I was like, you're so welcome. I was like, okay, I'm just going to trust this. I got to calm down. Like I don't drive angry. I just don't. There's no need for it. And this is something I'm teaching my teenager too. He's 16 and through different like loops of us moving right before he turns 16, he's got to have his permit in Texas for 6 months before he gets his driver's license. That's cool. I'm good with that because driving here is different than driving in South Dakota. So anyway, I always teach him, do not drive angry. There's just no need. It's pointless. You're accomplishing nothing. And when you get mad, blood flows from brain to body, you get dumber. So now you're not thinking logically, which causes accidents. So drive smart and safe, right? Okay, so I'm like, I just gotta chill out. So I'm like, calm down. I'm like, I didn't even want to be in the city anyway. I'm not a city girl. And I was like, okay, we're at a stop sign. Let me calm down. And it's like, why is it taking me this way? I have zero clue on why it's taking me this way. And so I turn and I realized the way it was taking me. and this makes me so emotional. It was so beautiful. I've only been on this road. We've been here for just under 6 months now. I've only been on this road probably 4 times. I really need to get on this road more. It's so beautiful. It reminds me of the Black Hills in South Dakota, which I absolutely love. It is green and luscious and hilly, and just like the way this morning it was warm and humid because that's how it is. We're in South Texas, but there was like mist and fog, and it was so cool. It was very much fall vibes, even though it's hot out. and then it took us over in a direction in a town that I've never been on. There's a whole ass town on the other side of us. I had no freaking clue, and I was like, what? And then I realized the town we were in, I was like, this is weird, because last Saturday with my hairstylist, she had mentioned that she brings her kids to this town for jujitsu, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, this is a whole town. Like, this is actually a really big town. I had no idea. And the town is so pretty. There's a lot of construction, but the town is so pretty, and I had no idea any of that even existed. And it was just such a cool, like, I was like, wow, I was so irritated about this drive. And then I called as soon as I got to a longer stoplight, and I called the doctor's office. I was like, hey, I left an hour early, but I was detoured from construction and all that stuff, so I'm going to be 10 minutes late. And she's like, no worries. It's okay. Take your time. We'll be here. And she's like, drive safe. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I wasn't trying to rush or anything, because there was no rushing, but I was like such proof. Oh, this makes me so emotional. Just such proof that you were always supported. Like, if I would have taken the other way, first of all, I would have been probably, my map said 30 minutes later. I was like, oh, I don't really want to sit in that traffic. I would have missed this beauty of the like fog over these hills, the beauty of that drive, which I love. I would have missed the synchronicity of the town that I was driving through. Like, there was so many synchronicities. And then on the drive back too, my son drove back, and that was probably the first time during the day that he was actually driving in the city, and he did great. And it took us in a back way that I didn't even know came from the other side of the city, and I was like, oh. And then all of a sudden we realized, like, the surroundings started looking familiar, and we're like, oh, okay, we know where we are now. We're like following Google Maps, but like, it was such a beautiful reminder that sometimes the destination will take you on a path that you didn't expect. Can you find the joy in the journey? You know where you're going, but can you trust your intuition enough? Can you trust your abilities enough? Can you step into that untamed energy enough, that knowingness enough, that you are just like, okay, there's magic in this. What is it? And finding that magic, or just letting the magic unfold and just taking a deep breath and being like, whew, right? And then the other thing I wanted to share with you was around this same exact topic was this week, let's see, was it this week? Yeah, it was this week. So my kids started school last week. They go to opposite schools in opposite directions. I have a middle schooler and a high schooler. And my youngest was trying out for cross country. We should find out today if he made the team or not. So we were getting up super early to take him to the school. We were getting up at 5:40 and leaving by 6 to take him to the school. He had to be there at 6:30. And then my oldest, I'm going and picking up after school because the bus doesn't get here on time. And then I am taking him to work just down the street, and then he doesn't get off until like 11, a little after 11. So I'm not going to bed until like 11:15, 11:30. And so not sleeping a whole lot, not my normal sleep. And so usually in the day I'm tired, and I was like, I am not in the embodiment of what it is that I'm launching right now. And I was like, oh man, I was like, I just need to sit down for a second and let me just work from the couch, or just like, let me just be a potato for a second. And I laid there, and my husband actually offered to go get my son. My husband is almost finished with his MTI training for the military. And so he's super busy too. Like, he's neither here nor there. Like, I don't know what he's doing any given day. So he offered to go get him. And I was like laying there, and I had this epiphany was like, I'm going to work from this. I was like, this is the untamed energy though. This is the decision. This is the magnetism that I get to have. This is the untamed energy, this knowingness that I can be a potato and I can serve my clients. I can be a potato and I can show up and share the value that I'm feeling called to share. I can be a potato, or I can be tired and still run my business that is in alignment. This is not force. This is not hustle. This is me relaxing on the couch with my phone in my hand, being able to serve in a way that I'm feeling aligned to serve. That is magnetism, and that is alignment. So I encourage you to look at where it is that this magic is happening and the magnetism is already occurring, and you just hadn't seen it yet. And look for those glimmers, look for those sparkles, look for those universe winks that this is the joy in the journey. This is the embodiment. And where can you step into that embodiment even more? So let me know how this supported you. Let me know how this resonated with you. I'd love to hear you and have a conversation with you. And also, this is the kind of work that we do inside of the Untamed Healer Mini Mind, which is our 3-month mini mind for healers to support you in standing in the effing light. It's like we're tired, we're done standing in the shadows. It is time to be in the effing light. It is time to strip away the imposter syndrome, the fears, the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back, so you can step into the soul essence of who you are and what it is that you're here to do, and get your gifts out into the world, helping those souls that are literally looking for you. They're waiting for you to step into your power, your untamed energy. So DM me the word untamed. We start on Tuesday. I want to say, I don't know what day. Oh, the 3rd. I said the 2nd yesterday, but it's the 3rd. We start on the 3rd, which is Tuesday. And yeah, just send me a DM with the word untamed, and I will send all the dates your way. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for joining, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.